I'm eating a cough drop. Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome in. Welcome. Hold on. I don't want to have to hear this music in my ears. It should be in the monitor only, so you guys only hear it. Okay, you guys can still hear the music, yeah. She's freed from the gulag, brother. Oh, the gulag. No, the gulag. I don't want to complain the whole time though, but I have many complaints. Many things did not go according to plan, and it was fucking awful. It was fucking awful, mate. I wouldn't have survived if it weren't for the fan fiction in my phone. I read so much fan fiction while I was gone because it's like practically the only thing I can do silently, privately on my phone. You know what I mean? Story time? Okay, well, it all started on Wednesday. Right, Christmas was on Thursday, right? So Wednesday, I was supposed to drive home, which takes a very long time. And then I started on my journey and I almost died. I was driving and there was a lot of rain, lots and lots and lots of rain. And I was driving and I was on the freeway and the person directly in front of me, it was like slow motion. I saw them suddenly do a 360 turn twice and I steered out of the way and I felt my life flashing before my eyes. And then I pulled off the freeway and I called my mom and I was like, I'm not going. I'm not gonna drive 8 hours over there. I'm not gonna do that. I think I almost died. So you buy a plane ticket or I'm not going because I'm not paying for that. So unfortunately she bought me a plane ticket to go Christmas Day. So, then I decided to go Christmas Day and my plane kept getting delayed and I kept wishing that it would just get canceled so I would have an excuse not to go home. But unfortunately it did not get canceled. It just got delayed by like several hours. So I was just sitting in the airport reading nasty fan fiction. and then I eventually got to my mom's place, but there was a whole thing because I told my dad like a month or two ago my plans that I was going over to where him and my mother are. And I said, okay, I'm going to go to my mom's on the 23rd. I'm going to drive over there on the 23rd. No, I'm going to drive over there on the 24th and spend Christmas. And then she will drop me off at your place on the 26th. And then I will leave from your place on the 27th. That was the original plan. And then he calls me a week before I go over there and he's like, can you come on the 23rd instead? Balls. Merry late Christmas, Happy New Year. But you know, so if you made it through, happy 3 months. Thank you for becoming a member for 3 months. Thank you, Lucario. But anyways, it's like a week before I'm supposed to go over there. He's like, can you come on the 23rd instead? I'm like, no, I work. I've told you my plans already. I'm not changing them. He's like, oh, because I want to go camping on the 26th. And I'm like, okay, that's not my problem because I told you when I'm going and I can't go there on the 23rd because I work. And he's like, okay. And I was like, what if on Christmas Day, we just meet up for lunch and then I go back to mom's place for dinner, for Christmas dinner. And he was like, okay, we can do that. And then the whole driving thing happened to me and I took the plane. So the days got shifted like one day later. And then because my dad lives closer to the airport, we're like, okay, how about then when I touch down, you come get me, we have lunch and you drop me off at my mom's place so I can have Christmas dinner with my mom and my aunt. And he was like, okay, but when you come here, you're going to take the train to me from the airport, which is an additional hour. And my mom and my sister, when they heard that, they got really mad and they yelled at him. They're like, why would you make her come to the airport and take the train and you just go fucking pick her up? And my dad, I don't know, I told them to yell at each other while I was dealing with the plane. Because at this point I was supposed to have lunch with him, but because my plane was already delayed by 3 hours, we wouldn't have had time for lunch, and he can't stay, and then he like wanted to go camping or fucking whatever. And so my mom was like, why would you make her take the train? I'm just gonna go fucking pick her up then. And my mom lives like quite far from the airport. So then I don't know, I landed and I got into my mom's car and she's like, your sister wants you to call her. And then I called my sister and she's like, yeah, me and mom yelled at dad and now he's being a little piss baby and we can't believe he was gonna make you take the train to his house, blah blah, he should just fucking pick you up. I'm like, I don't really care, I just don't care. Because the thing is, my sister yells at my dad because she still has care for him. I just don't, because I don't have any care. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't yell at anyone because I'm just kind of like, I'm here for my days and then I'm gonna check out and not talk to you for a whole year. You know, my sister yells because she cares. I don't, because I have no feelings left for those people. So then I was at my mom's place for the majority of the time, and that was not fun because as much as my mom did come to pick me up, she also fucking, everybody in my family sucks. So it was just uncomfortable for the next few days but the thing is, my mother is just easier to handle because she's a narcissist. She never shuts up, so I can just like stand there. I just sit there. I'm like, yeah, I just know the beats of when to be like, oh, amazing, cool, yeah. And then I just sit there and I read my fan fiction. And then just not understand. Basically, that's how you handle my mom. My dad is just like, he doesn't communicate, I don't communicate, so then nothing, it's just horrible. So yeah, so I was with my mom for a couple days, and then the thing is, I got to, at least she lives really close to my aunt and my uncle. My aunt is even worse than my mom, but my uncle, he's chill. He's fun. They have a crusty little Yorkshire Terrier too that is very well behaved. So I hung out with dogs and my uncle. I have a screenshot saying from Okey Hunger Force and Semester 6 saying, I am 40 years old and I do not need this. Yeah, I feel that, brother. Upcoming year. But yeah, I hung out with my uncle, W-Unk. Yeah, it's so funny because he's like the one Caucasian uncle I have. And he's so like all American man. Like, he likes his burgers and his french fries and he likes to barbecue and he's a handyman and he can fix anything and he likes to like woodwork and just fix things. He's such a fun man. And I don't know how he deals with my aunt because she fucking sucks. Like, I'm sorry, my aunt fucking sucks. Like I don't like my mom either, but like, because they live so close, my aunt just came over at one point and she's like, I'm here to eat, because my mom was preparing dinner for me and we had like set the table for like 2, and my aunt comes over, she's like, oh, I'm here to eat, and she's like, oh, Benny, go get another placemat for yourself. I'm like, bitch, that's my placemat, you get another placemat for yourself. And then she sits at the table and my mom's still cooking, but like Korean food, we have like the side dishes out already while she's cooking the main stuff. And my aunt's like, oh, I'm gonna pray so I can eat because I'm hungry, before my mom's even done cooking or sitting down. And I'm like, bitch. And then she just starts eating and she's like, oh, Benny, you can eat too. I'm like, no, I'm gonna wait for my mom to be done cooking, you bitch. It's just, she's so fucking annoying. So your uncle's literally Hank Hill. Yeah. My aunt just is annoying as hell, and she's also very, very spoiled, and she uses my uncle's money. She got another Prada jacket because we went shopping after Christmas and they went to like the luxury type malls, and she's like, oh, I want this Prada jacket, because she already has the Prada jacket, but she wanted it in black because she already got the one in white, and she uses my uncle's money for that. Because my family is very affluent, but I don't take part in their, that's not my money. But my family is very that family is very affluent, and she's just so annoying. And so we went shopping the day after Christmas with her and my uncle and my mom, and like she loves to clutch and like sink her talons in you. She kept like clutching my body and being like, oh, Benny, how come you don't ask your mom to buy you anything? Like, you're here, you should like take advantage of this and help and have your mom buy you stuff. And she was like holding me, and I kept trying to shrug her off because I hate people touching me that I don't like. And I was just like, I was getting like goosebumps. I'm just like, stop touching me. Oh my God, I'm gonna scream if you don't stop touching me. Yeah, I don't ask my mom or my parents to buy me anything. Cause yeah, she's very touchy, and it like, I hate it. But I long learned to not ask my family for anything, since I was a teenager. I think I've already gone over this. I don't really ask for things for Christmas. I just like the Christmas season, but I don't really care about gifts, cause like, I just don't ask for them. Cause my mom, if you let her buy you anything, she'll hold it over your head and act like it just fuels her savior complex. Like, if I ever ask her for anything, she'll then be like, oh, did you know Benny couldn't get this? So I had to buy it for her because like, I'm so good. And because she's poor. And it's like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, she just happy with what you got. That's not even it. I'm actually unhappy if they ever try to get me stuff, because it's shit that I would never want because they don't know me. I assume you don't give. I do, because they expect it. But generally my sister buys it, and I put my name on the card because I can't be bothered. But I know if I don't, then they'll get pissy about it. But like one time my mom was bothering me so much. She's like, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas? And at that point I was paying for my cat's dental work because he had to get a tooth removed, and I could pay it myself, but she kept asking me. I'm like, well, if you really want to help, I mean, you could just give me some money so it can go to my cat's dental procedure. And then later on at the family gathering, she's like, oh, Benny couldn't even pay for her cat's teeth surgery, so I had to help. And I was like, I'm killing you with my mind. Oh my God. And she does that with anything she gets you as a gift. I'm like, do you not understand the concept of a fucking gift? I didn't need you to pay for it. You asked if you wanted, if you could contribute to something, and I said you could. You stupid bitch. Yes, I don't have a good relationship with my family, and the only reason why my sister and I bear each other now is because she became much more bearable after my parents got divorced. Yeah, a gift for his, yeah, she is the true definition of a narcissist. Everything comes back to how it makes her feel and what it does for her, and she only hears what she wants to hear. Which is why I had to tell her I was bisexual 3 times. I told her once, just offhandedly, because I don't really believe in, like, for myself, I don't really give a shit about coming out, because like, I don't think it's anyone's business, and I'm not hiding anything. I just don't care. So I told her once, just offhandedly, like, oh, I also like girls. And she's like, oh, you know, like, I'm open-minded. You know, I used to work in San Francisco. I used to have gays as patients. I'm like, wow, Mom. So progressive. And then like at some other point, my sister texts me and she's like, I thought you said you told Mom you're bisexual. And I was like, I did. And this was like a year or so later after I'd already done that. And she's like, well, because I just told Mom about it, and she said she didn't know, and she was surprised. And I was like, oh, I guess she forgot or thought I was kidding. And then another couple years later, we were talking about something, and like I offhandedly said, yeah, because you know I like girls too. And she's like, you like girls? I'm like, Mom, I am bisexual. And she's like, oh, you didn't tell me. And I was like, I don't know how many times I have to tell you. I can't. You only hear what you want to hear, and then you ignore it, and then you forget it on purpose. I don't know. Oh, you're one of those gays? I know some of those. Benny's mom. Yeah, no, that's definitely what she's like. You gotta love when they pretend to accept it. Yeah, she's one of those. She's very annoying and narcissistic. And you know, she's one of those where like, I don't call her because I don't want to talk to her, but if she calls me, I'll pick up, right? And talk to her if she keeps talking to me. And whenever she calls me, she's like, do you not care if Mommy dies? So Mommy could just die and you wouldn't care, right? I'm like, cool. This is why I don't call you. Awesome. her literal words. yeah, and catching up with her, talking about the medications I take, because she's wondering about like my biopsies and stuff, and I was telling her about like, oh, I have like high blood pressure and like pre-diabetic, and she goes like, oh, like, did they offer you Ozempic? And I was like, I mean, they did, but I didn't really want it. I'd rather take the other one I'm taking because I don't like the side effects of Ozempic. She's like, oh, but Ozempic, you could lose weight. And I'm like, okay, but I care more about being healthy and not losing weight. And she's like, oh, but you should take Ozempic because like, not only will it help you, but you could also lose weight. I'm like, okay, well, I don't fucking want Ozempic, so calm down. Like, oh my God, she's the reason why I have body image issues, because ever since I was little, she had me doing every fucking adult like fad diet because she thought I was fat, and I looked back at my high school photos and I wasn't even fat. She had me on like Atkins or whatever, Jenny Craig or food. I was on every single one, and that's why if I have to count calories, I would rather blow myself up. Yeah, I only started losing weight because I'm doing it for myself, for my health, and not for actual weight. I refuse to look at, like, going on a scale and looking at a number makes me want to die. Yeah, that's what she's like. Ain't she just a peach? But even then, even with all the bad things about her, my dad is worse, and it's much easier to handle my mom because at least I can like tell her to shut up and talk back. With my dad, I can talk back, but like me and him both don't talk, so it's just harder if my sister's not there to like be the middleman, and so I don't blow up at him. And it's just really awkward because he expects me to do the talking like my sister would, and to like organize everything like my sister would, but I won't. So we just stand there and do nothing and maybe eat a food, because the only thing we can do together is eat a food because we have similar taste buds. But he's just classic like Korean man, like strict, like awful, sexist, misogynist, you know, that kind of stuff. Like he's just very bitter and sad old man who like, yeah, like I remember when they got divorced, he's like, I can't cook and I can't clean because you know women do that. And it's like, okay, well, have fun with your mindset, brother. have fun with that, man. I hope you have fun with that, because no one's gonna baby you and no one's gonna do that shit for you. Yeah. Respect for keeping it together. Oh yeah, that's what I went to therapy for a bit. And even my therapist was like, you know, you can just cut them off. Like, you don't have to. And I was like, well, think about it this way. I've spent X amount of years already living with this. I feel like it would be wasteful if I just cut them off because they're both rich. You get what I mean? I don't know. I'm very petty, and I can just ignore them if I live far enough where I don't have to see them more than once a year. So yeah. How does he live then? Well, I thought he got better. He can cook for himself. He'll do like steak, or like, you know, get takeout from a place, and I don't know. I don't really care. And but when he first got divorced, dude, he's like, you don't think it's like sad that like I just have to like make ramen and like eat them? Like, no, because you could fucking learn how to cook. I told him like, dude, when I moved out, I didn't know how to cook, and I learned. I hate it, but you need to do it to survive. You're not gonna get any sympathy out of me. And it was just like, oh, you just don't understand because you're young. You don't understand the culture. I'm like, yeah, and you need to get with the culture because you live in fucking America, and you need to stop holding on to the fact that you need someone to wait on you hand and foot. That's not how the world is. You should get a German grandma to adopt you. Absolutely fantastic with a jovial. I had a German mom. In high school, my best friend. I didn't know ramen. No. Like, no, that's what he's saying. He's like, you don't think it's sad that I eat ramen all the time? Because like, that was the easy thing. That was the only thing he knew how to fucking cook. I had a German mom in like middle school to high school because my best friend was German, and she was raised by her single mom, who was this very tall German lady, and that was like my mom. Like, she did everything for me, and I loved her a lot. That's like the only friend from high school that I keep in contact with, and she's lovely and I love her. Yeah, having some kind of support, even if he is at least something to work with. What? But yeah, my dad, I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. But yep. If my sister is not coming back for the holidays ever, I'm gonna suffer. I can't do this alone. I need someone to take the hits and to do all the talking. I'm not built for this. Either that or I need to move farther away. I need to get the fuck out of here. Because my sister moved to the other side of the country, and she didn't come back for the holidays because she just got married, so she spent it with her husband's folks. And I was like, so you're just gonna leave me here to die? And she's like, oh, but you can do it, like blah 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 blah. And I'm like, you want me to die? She's like, no, you can do it. And I'm like, I can't though. Come back, don't leave me here, basically. Yeah, she did yell at my dad though on the phone. All right, now I do hope your New Year is better and you don't have to deal with family. Oh, I'm done with family for this year. I see them once a year and that's it. My New Year's will be spent with you guys. Speaking of the Promisu Around the World event, I will be at 6:30 p.m. PST, I believe, which is the Brazilian time. Brazil. Come to Brazil. I am coming to Brazil. We'll be spending the Brazilian New Year with me. The smiling friends go to Brazil. They sent me to Brazil. I'm not from Brazil, guys. I've never been to Brazil, but the slot that I said I could do, what just happened to be the Brazilian New Year's time, because, you know, I usually stream around that time anyways. And I was like, oh, Brazil. Okay. They're always telling me to come to Brazil, so I guess I'll go to Brazil. I wish I could go to Brazil. Yummy. Are you a tourist? Yeah, I'm a tourist. But yeah, besides all my, I said I wasn't gonna whine, but that was all my whining. That was all my whining. I just, every single day I was like, okay, we got 4 more days. Okay, we got 3 more days. I'm not gonna live. Okay, we got 2 more days. I'm not gonna live. So then my mom was gonna drop me off at my dad's place Sunday morning so that we could have lunch and he could take me to the airport. And then my dad calls me Saturday night and he sounds horrible. I can barely understand him because he fucking went camping and got ridiculously sick. And so we had to change our plans again. So my mom just dropped me off at his place and we stopped by so I could give him his present. He could give me a present. And then she took me to the airport again. And I was like, man, you suck. You didn't have to go camping. That was on you. I mean, I'm glad because that means I barely had to spend time with you because I dread being alone with you. But like, you're fucking annoying. I'll tell my Brazilian friend to check you out. Yippee! I can't go to Brazil. I burn, heal, and have no tan from it. Very sad. I also burn. I do tan very easily though. Because my dad is a tan Korean. Believe it or not, Koreans do come in tan or pale because there's actually they can actually get very, very tan, but the culture over there is very, very biased towards pale skin, so you only ever see pale people in like advertisements and stuff, but there's actually a lot of like darker skinned Koreans in the countryside, and my dad happens to be of that part, so I tan very easily, but my mom's very fair skinned, so I don't know. Naturally I'm fair skinned, but I do tan very easily when I go outside. Heard of Brazilian Miku. What about Brazilian Beni? I do tan easily, so I don't know. Okay, Beni in the Brazilian football fit. Is that the Brazilian Miku fit? Is that the football fit? Pale people is modernity biases, seems. It's true. Koreans are all about that like skin brightening cream. My mom was splashing that shit on my face ever since I was a teen. She's like, I mean, sunblock is good. You should always use sunblock, but she was always trying to put like skin brightening shit on my face and like all these things, face products on me. And she's like, do you want to go to Korea and get like double eyelid surgery? And I was like, no, I don't. And she has like eyebrows tattooed on her face because that's also pretty common. Like they do it so that it's like your eyebrows are always done and you don't have to do them in the morning. Benny with tan lines. I have tan lines. Mine are not good tan lines though. I have farmer's tan because I wear t-shirts all the time. Must be nice being able to tan. I had to be careful holding the lightsaber at the con lest I burn in the red light. That's crazy. From a lightsaber. That's crazy. Might want to switch to all messages, Benny. Some messages aren't showing up in chat now. I was wondering what I'm on live chat. On what I'm reading, I'm on live chat. I think maybe the what you see on the screen isn't the live chat, but I'm reading the live chat. I am reading live chat. I don't know why my box itself doesn't reflect the live chat though. That sucks. That sucks. What was I talking about? What was I saying? What was I saying? What I saying? YouTube fuckery. Yeah, I don't know how to fix that. Talking about tan, Benny. Yeah, I tan pretty easily. It's pretty awesome. Tanned Koreans. Oh yeah, there are tanned Koreans. There are a lot of darker skinned Koreans. But pale skin is what you always see in the media. It switched like, cause it used to be cool to be a tan Korean in like the early 2000s, I want to say. But then when it came to like the 2010s, then everything switched to pale Koreans only. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess something changed here. Cause back when I was a wee lad, like Hyori was really popular and she was always really tan. And a lot of the like idols and actors, they were like tan ones too, but not everybody's fucking pale, brother. Yeah, everyone's pale. Idol and stuff. No, they were tan. There were like most of the idols back in the day, like the first idols were all tan. Yeah, I didn't know. I think the newer age idols, the vampires are slowly taking over. It's like so hard to be pale too. It's like, it's not worth the effort, man. I like being tan. I like being on the tanner side. I don't know. I hate when the idols get photoshopped to be as white as the background, as a sheet of paper. I'm like, oh, you look spooky. That's way too pale. That's not natural. You have no natural, like you gotta have some kind of like color on you, damn. Bra and panties tan lines, Benny? No, I got that t-shirt, ugly farmer's t-shirt tan. And probably a tan from like a choker I wear all the time. And like, but like my tummy and my upper thighs are pale as fuck because they don't see the light of day. They do not see the light of day. My upper thighs and my tummy are so fucking pale compared to the rest of me. Or my whole torso too, I guess. Jeans wear? Yeah, I'm a jeans wear. But my jeans usually have like rips in them. I'm either wearing shorts like sports shorts, Spanx or whatever, or jeans. And so yeah, that's why it's just the upper thighs that are pale as fuck, and then my entire torso, so like my stomach and my boobs are pale as hell because they don't see the light of day. They have to be photoshopped to be pale. I'm almost in Chinese Northern. You remember that I can outpale white bread. White bread, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, but yeah, I mostly wear like jeans with holes in them or shorts, Spanx. Oh dude, so when I went to I too also don't see the light of day since I work over. Oh, that sucks. You gotta go outside a little bit to get some of that vitamin D. Anyway, so when I was at the mall with my mom, it was so funny because they were going to all these luxury stores, right? And they're like lugging me around to like Armani, Prada, blah blah blah. I don't fucking care. I was just waiting around with my uncle and our crusty little Yorkie. And it was so cold. But then it was so funny because I was walking, and then like an oasis in the desert, like the Mecca, I see Hot Topic. And I make a beeline. You understand how my face lit up because I was so miserable and I was so sad and I was so cold and I was like, I saw Hot Topic. I like made a beeline for it. And the thing about Hot Topic too, bless its soul, is that when I go in and my mom attempts to come in, it scares her off. So she just goes like, okay, we'll meet up with you again later, Benny. I'm like, yeah, okay, bye. And I like sat in there. I like stared at the wall and I was like, oh my God, oasis in the desert. Oh my God. I got like a couple t-shirts for $7 each because they were having sale on clearance. Yeah, I fucking love Hot Topic. And then the next day we went to see a movie. Okay, so I pitched to my mom, oh, like, how about we see Wicked 2? I've already seen Wicked 2, but that was 3 hours of peace and quiet that I could have. And she's like, oh yeah, we should watch Wicked. I'm like, yes. So we went to watch Wicked 2, but the Wicked 2 theater was in a mall, and like we were walking around the mall again. I'm being dragged around by my mom, and then I see it again. Hot Topic. And I ran inside, and I was left alone again. I was like, oh my God, oasis in the desert. A second one, yeah, I was so lucky. I didn't expect to see it at the movie theater the mall that the movie theater was in. But it was like right next to the theater, and I was like, yes. And they had these bracelets I was looking for, because they have these Hasbin Hotel bracelets that have like the different characters' names on it. They're like candy bracelets, but every Hot Topic I went to was always sold out of the V's one, but they had one left and I was like, yippee. So I bought it. Benny seeing Hot Topic, a blessing from the Lord, Monty Python reference. Yes, I know Monty Python. But yeah, and then I got some peace and quiet for another hour as my mom and her friend went somewhere else and I got to be in Hot Topic by myself. I love Hot Topic. I also got a little Freddy Fazbear air freshener because it was really cute. So thank God for Hot Topic. I've done a lot of shopping at Hot Topic the past month or so. I recently got a Grinch t-shirt and I got every single thing that has Vox on it, basically. Which isn't a lot because there's not a lot of things with Vox on it. Just I have a t-shirt and a hoodie and the bracelet and a V's t-shirt. But yeah, yep, you bring, listen, that's what kept me strong. You know, I had that thing on me. I had my little wire Vox on me because my other Vox plush is a little too big. So I had the wire Vox on me, and because, okay, so I preemptively cut all my fingernails, because I am a bad nail biter and I do it when I have anxiety. So I preemptively trimmed all my nails off, but then I started picking at the skin around them, which didn't help because I was just like bloody. And then so I was like, I need something else. And then I brought my wire Vox, which is one of those ugly wire dolls that has like wire inside so you can pose them. But the thing is, I kept bending the wire in circles. I'm afraid he's gonna snap. I was like, oh, I need to stop doing this. So I just put him in my bag, but like I had him there as like my what's it called, like my therapy animal. When I was a teen, I used that stuff on your nails to make them tough to bite, so stop me from biting. I tried all sorts of things. I tried that nail polish that like tastes bad, but I would just bear with it. I've tried things, but it's really hard. But I trim my nails a lot more often now just to prevent biting. Service animal, yeah, my service TV. my emotional support TV man. I kept him in my bag the whole time. Along with some other things. I only stopped fully when I saw a friend who bites nails down to the meat. Yeah, me. Is that, yeah, that's me. Yeah, but that's when I'm really anxious. So I preemptively trimmed them all before I left. But then I just started picking at the cuticles and stuff. Anyways, that's gross and not cool. So then I just started twisting the wires in my Vox doll, and I think he might break soon. But that's okay. He served his purpose, and I will no longer bring him outside and twist him around. I'll just leave him in the safety of my home. Because I should be getting some other keychains soon, with him on it, and then I won't have to take the wire doll outside. Time for a replacement. It was only $15, maybe. And then on the plane ride, I was just reading a bunch of fan fiction. And then whenever I was at my mom's place and I had, and they were just like yapping and talking, I would just pull up fan fiction on my phone. Fan fiction is great because then it's not like, if they look at my phone, they can't really tell what it is because it's a bunch of words. I'm like, oh, I'm reading a book. And then, and it's like something quiet I can do that doesn't draw attention. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love fan fiction. I read so much fan fiction over when I was gone. I ingested so much fan fiction. But I yearned for my computer. I wish I could have drawn. Cause you know, I don't have a laptop or anything. So I don't have anything. And I feel so disconnected from everyone. I could barely I was checking Discord a lot, but like, it's kind of hard on my phone. So then what is your go-to fanfiction type? Porn. Trauma. Sad. Tragedy. No tablet? No. A TV man? Yeah. Okay, so I go to Has Been Hotel. I click on E for explicit, and I click on character, and I click on Vox, and then I click on status complete, and then filter. Because I love the tragedy. I really, really love tragedy, and Vox is just really good for tragic one-sided love. She's got a process down. Yeah. Oh, and you sort it by kudos, because that's the best stuff. You sort it by kudos. Yeah, there's a lot of like really, really long ones. Any Rex, not that I'm gonna say. I'm reading some fucked up shit. But there was like this really, really long one that the person wrote before season 2 came out, and it was like 77 or something chapters long, and it literally goes through like when they first came to hell, first met, how they were friends, then broke it off, then the canon events of season 1 and how he became that guy, and then their own ending and stuff after that. And it was so I've never cried from a fan fiction, but when chapter like 21, 22 hit, I was like sobbing. I was like, oh my God, this is so sad. I was like, oh, this is so, like, I was eating it up, but it was also so fucking sad. And I was just like, this is, why am I crying? It's so sad. And then I was like, oh, this chapter 21 is so sad. And then it gets to the next chapter. I'm like, this one's sadder. I was crying even more. I was like, okay, that had to be the saddest part, right? But it's only chapter 21 out of like 70 something, right? And then I keep reading, and it's so long. I think it's the same length as like 2 out of the 3 Lord of the Rings books. And then it was like chapter like 54 or 55 where like, no, that actually was the saddest one. And I was like sobbing my eyes out. Benny, I'm 14 and this is deep. Are you shitting on a fan fiction? Fan fiction's good. Fan fiction is deep. You don't have to be patronizing. Fan fiction's great. Yeah, some is bad, but like also some is really, really good, and it's on the internet for free. Yeah, it was just like, it was so well written, and like they had like all these themes, and like every time they did something and it brought back another part of the story, I'm like, wow, like it's just so well done. And you know, as an English major, I'm sitting here like, wow, like the themes that you have in the beginning and then you repeated in the end, and then you brought back this person. I'm like, oh, this is really good. And I'm like writing my comments like, oh, I really like how you did this and blah blah blah, and blah, blah, blah. But chapter 54 wrecked my ass. What Wasn't there a piece of fanfiction about the show The Loud House and it was legitimately longer? I think there are a lot of fictions longer than the fanfictions longer than the Bible though, because the Bible's not that long. There are diamonds in the rough, and I think there's a lot of good fanfiction. It's just that the only things that are like made fun of in mainstream media is like cringe stuff, and it's like, okay, but cringe stuff is made by people that are like discovering how to be creative and how to write, and like they're putting it into practice. And I don't know, like, you guys know I love cringe shit. I like things that are what's the word, like made only for yourself, self-satisfying, self-gratifying, and like I love things like that because I think that's like true creativity being developed. Like, in all my years of like being in education and like child development and like working with teens and stuff, I am very concerned about supporting creativity amongst the youth, because I feel like we're not doing that anymore. I feel like, you know, arts and stuff are very much not being like pushed anymore, and we're kind of losing that. So I very much enjoy things that allow people to be creative and develop, and I love cringe shit because that's how you know like you're making something for yourself, you know what I mean? That's why like when people shit on like Twilight and stuff, I'm like, yeah, but like the reason why Twilight's so popular and is because it's so easy to read, because it's literally just made for herself and her fantasies, and that's why people relate to it, because it's like, yeah, I want to make things for myself and my fantasies, and like that's what's so great about it. Like I don't get why people shit on that. I think that's awesome. Thank you for accepting cringe. I love cringe. People look down on art more and more, sadly. Yeah, it's really sad. But yeah, that's why one of my favorite book series is Cirque du Freak by Darren Shan, because it's like one of the most cringiest things in the world, where the kid's like, yeah, like I'm vampire now, and I'm also half demon, and I'm also the king of the vampires and the demon prince now. It's so fun. It's just so fun. Cringe is so fun. Like once you stop being like up your own asshole, like, and pretentious, like cringe is just so fun. And that's the kind of fiction I want to write. Like I want to write the stuff where that's like, I'm half demon and half angel, and I've got all the powers, and my parents are dead, and blah blah blah, because it's like that's what like teens and stuff like, because you know they're trying to escape from their mundane lives, and that's what's gonna be written and stuff like that. I really enjoy that kind of shit, and so I feel like fan fiction is something where you start with that sort of mindset, but you can actually really develop your skills in writing and go on to be like authors and stuff like that. And that's why so many books and movies these days come from fan fiction, because they like start their interest there and then you develop into an actual skill and something that they can use for like work in their job, in their life. It's awesome. It's awesome. Embrace the cringe. There's a rabbit hole that I discovered that was people studies of OCs and smiling because like the characters edit. Yeah, I've seen those. I've seen that. You gotta start somewhere, and not everything is mastered. Yeah, like I started writing from fan fiction and role playing, and that's why I ended up getting a degree in English. Like because that was fun for me. So writing was like a subject that I actually really enjoyed, and that was like the one thing I wanted to do in college, and so that's why I have a degree. Not that I use that degree, but you know. I also have a girlfriend that's really hot that happens to be a dragon. Yeah, man, do it. I'd love to read or listen to your own rhetorical analyses of cringe fiction. What kind of cringe fiction? Twilight? I love Twilight. Reality is whatever I want to be. Exactly. Like I remember when Twilight first came out, I read the books before they ever became a movie, and I read them really fast because they're really easy to absorb. I was always like Team Jacob. And I remember when the movie started like being cast, and I was like, ew, that looks nothing like the Edward in my head. Ew, that looks nothing like the Jacob in my head. And I really resented the movie actually, because like I was like, this casting's so bad and they look so bad. So I'm like not a huge fan of the movies, but I really liked the books growing up. But what else is considered cringe fiction? I love cringe fiction. But yeah, if you guys never read Cirque du Freak, that's like my absolute fave. This is the skin of a killer Bella. It's not face, it's skin. It's just sparkling glitter skin. This is the skin of a killer Bella. Hold on tight, spider monkey. I'm not allowed to shit on the cringe fan. I was one of those cringe writers and I really got better, but damn, it kind of makes me wither reading my old works. I mean, when I read my old stuff, I you know, cringe into my body. But you know, we had to start somewhere, and it's like I used to type in like leet speak and be like blah 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 chan san kun, because you know, I was back in my weeb days when I started writing, and you know, it's just kind of funny to look back on that stuff. And all of my stuff was just self-insert. Either with my favorite K-pop boy bands or my favorite anime characters, or clearly a rip-off of another anime, but myself. I did a lot of that. These days was just Quincy a fanfic of Twilight. Yeah. A lot of things started as fanfiction. Yeah. I feel bad that this guy won't be with the main character, so I'll give him a consolation prize. Her daughter. EGads. That was not a choice. What? Oh my god, when I was reading Twilight, I got really mad when they named her Renesmee, because I was like, you named her Renesmee and you didn't name her Carly, because okay, so she's called Renesmee because it's a merging of Edward's adopted mother and Bella's mom's names, Renee and Esme, and that's why her name is Renesmee. But the thing is, if you take their dads, Carlisle and Charlie, she could have just been named Carly, which is a perfectly acceptable name. And I was like, why don't you just name her Carly? I hate you. Yes. Car char. But yeah, and I don't know. I was just really not into the casting of Twilight. The author embraced the cringe, I guess. I suppose. But yeah, I love cringe. I guess that's why I'm into has-been. I love cringe stuff that's like angels. I also love things that shit on like biblical references. So I guess that's why I'm into has-been. I love Has-Been Hotel. I will say that out and proud. I love Has-Been Hotel, and I love Vox. I love him. I love that TV, man. A lot of book fans can't accept movie adaptation castings for nearly any fiction. You know what? Generally true. Like, I really enjoyed the book, The Hunger Games. And I think in general, I like the movie, The Hunger Games, but I don't like the casting. I will say. Maybe when it only comes to like Katniss, Gale, and Peeta, I just wasn't really into that. But I liked how they made the movies in general, even though they made me really sick. But I was a big fan of the books in general. The one movie I will say was casting 100, fine, awesome, 100, The Maze Runner. I'm a big fan of The Maze Runner. I was really into the book, and I was really hyped for the movie because I'm a big Dylan O'Brien fan, but I was already into The Maze Runner. And then when they I heard it was becoming a movie, and then Dylan O'Brien was the main character, I was like, Dylan O'Brien. And then, okay, so because I love Maze Runner, one of my favorite fictional characters ever is Minho for the Maze Runner, because he's just Korean and it doesn't have any like, he's Korean, but he's the jock and he's the leader and he's kind of the himbo. And I'm like, that's awesome, because if you get an Asian boy in a book, he's usually like the nerd or something, or some kind of fucking ninja. And he was just a jock and a himbo, and he was really, really important to the entire series. Like, you only miss out on Minho for like 2 chapters in book 2. He's separated from Thomas for like 2 chapters, and they're the most excruciating chapters to get through. But he's with Thomas all the way through to the end. And so when the movie came out, the first movie of The Maze Runner is better than the book. But it's because the book's just not that good. I read all the books, but even when I was reading the books, I was like, oh, these books are not that good. I didn't really like the writing. I enjoyed the characters, but the writing itself was just kind of like, like, it wasn't really good at descriptions. Like, I could not understand what these monsters look like at all, because the way he described them was bad. And then whenever there was a girl character, they were either clean and pretty and like Mother Teresa, or dark and gritty and sultry, like like a vixen type. And I'm like, oh, those are the only two women you can write. And it really bothered me because whenever he wrote about Teresa and she's in like the maze with everybody else, she's like, oh, like she was so clean and her hair was so well kept and she was pretty. I'm like, how is she clean? They live in the dirt. How the fuck is she clean? Tell me how she's clean. I'm just like, why would she be clean, bro? And then like, yeah, so the first movie of the Maze Runner is better than the book, but then the second movie, it gets kind of weird because they decided to change the importance from Minho onto Newt. And I'm like, why would you do that though? Because Minho is always second important after Thomas. And Newt's supposed to get killed off in the second book, but they gave the important bits to Newt instead of Minho. And I was like, well, why would you do that? Because Minho's my favorite character. And then the third movie was just one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. But the first movie was better than the book. And the second's just whatever. And then the third one's just fucking awful. She somehow found a quick shower to pop into. Girl magic. It was so dumb though. It was so dumb. But yeah, Minho in those movies, Ki Hong Lee did a great job. The costume design, they had a harness across his chest, across his man titties, and I was like, great costume design, fellas. He's always had like this leather strap across his man titties, and I was like, wow. That was I don't know what that's for, but oh, sucks hair behind here. Yeah. Yellow, how was the yapcation? Awful. If it's K, it's over now. I wish I had real time to rest because those days were not restful. My back hurts because I was sleeping on my mom's pull-out bed couch thing, and she's like, oh my god, I just got this new pull-out bed couch and it's like queen size and it's gonna be so comfortable, blah blah. My back hurts, man. I'm so glad to be back in my own mattress. It's there to contain the pecs from escaping. I assume so, and it worked. It sure did something, and I was like, wowee. But I like changed the ending in something, and they took out the line where Minho says, remember that I love you, and I was like, okay, why would you, my yaoi, that's my ship, To Minho, and you fucking ruined it. He says that to him in the book, and they just fucking ruined it. I'm like, why would you give all his parts to Newt? Like, I was yelling, I was like, you're supposed to be dead, fucking die. It took him forever to die. I'm like, you should be dead by now. I don't even mean this any value. Everything looks like, okay, cool. But yeah, that is the Maze Runner. And so that is the one movie that's better than the book, but only the first one. Only the first one. After that, not that good. Oh wait, Holes is really good, but the book is also really good, but the movie is also really good. Holes, yes, Holes. I like the Wicked movie better than the musical, better than the book. Yeah. I like the Wicked movie better. What else? Actually, Cirque du Freak, the first book, did get a movie adaptation. It's one of the worst things in the world. And not in a fun way. It's just one of the worst book to movie adaptations in the world. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. It was a long time ago. It was actually Josh Hutcherson from The Hunger Games and FNAF played the main character, Darren, in Cirque du Freak, the movie, and it was just, oh brother, that's one of the, I don't know what they were on. It's nothing like the book at all. It was so bad. It was so bad. They like added characters that didn't exist, and like, oh my goodness, it was so bad. Scott Pilgrim, I think because the live action beat 'em up game is the reason I got into the books. So I read the Scott Pilgrim comics before the movie, which is why I think it affected my opinion. The thing is, I think if I had seen the movie without knowing the comics, I would have been like, this is a great movie. Because I do think it's a great movie. But because I know the source material, I have complaints, unfortunately. I was like, I don't really like Michael Cera, because like, then Scott just becomes Michael Cera, and he Michael Cera's it up. And I'm like, there's nothing inherently wrong with that, because I do like Michael Cera characters in other movies, but because I know this is supposed to be Scott from the comic Scott Pilgrim, I'm like, oh, you're not asshole in the way that Scott is an asshole, because Scott is just kind of like a jock asshole. He's mean and he's stupid and he's like a jock asshole, but Michael Cera's just like awkward asshole by accident, and that's just not Scott Pilgrim, which is why I had an issue of him voicing. I didn't like that they had the movie cast voice the characters in the newer cartoon, because I didn't really think it matched Scott, at least. Besides that, as a standalone movie, I think it's good. Yeah. It was fun. I like it. I like Scott Pilgrim in the movie. But I consider it like its own thing so that I can enjoy it better. Because I tried to Scott Pilgrim and I really enjoyed the movie. I later read the comics. I also like those. Yeah. They're good. I really like Scott Pilgrim. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed that movie better. I'm like, this is nothing. This is just not a separate thing from the comics. It had nothing to do with the comics. Yes. I was about to say, I was going to talk about something and I forgot. Kind of like how I treat the live action Halo series. I don't know anything about that, so shrug. I don't know anything about that. Let me Irish. Michael Cera just being Michael Cera. He do be Michael Cera-ing it up. You know what I watched? The other day, I watched FNAF 2, which also has Josh Hutcherson in it. I had a fun time because I love practical effects and animatronics. It was so stupid and silly and awesome. I had a good time. when the robots fight the robots, I was like, yeah. And you know what? I think Megan Fox did a pretty good job. I was watching with my friends and they're like, why do they make that robot so bad? And they're talking about Toy Chica. I'm like, everybody thinks she's bad. It's okay. That's the baddest one. I gotta watch those. Yeah, I forgot a lot of stuff from the first movie, but I was watching the second movie. I'm like, oh, and then I don't know. It's not a spoiler, but they cast this guy to play this guy, and the guy that they cast was he was the original Billy from Scream when because William Afton, who is played by Matthew Lillard, played Stu in Scream, and in Scream, Stu and Billy were both Scream and very yowiful and beautiful, and they had casted him in FNAF 2 and they were together, and I was like, oh my god, Stu and Billy. I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god, you casted him, that's so sweet. I was really basically Matthew Lillard, very famous for playing Stu in Scream, and in Scream he's a duo with this other character named Billy, and Billy's actor, whose name I can't remember, was also in FNAF 2 alongside Matthew Lillard, and so they had like a little mini reunion. I was like happy. Zoink Scoob, I'm the man behind the slaughter. Like Scoob. When they said fixins, I thought they meant like on a sandwich. But yeah, that was really cute, and they had so many practical effects. And then I really thought they were gonna do more with this one animatronic that showed up, because I'm like, why would you show her and then not have her be like, why would you build a whole her and then not bring her back? But maybe they'll bring her. I think next movie is definitely gonna be Sister Location for sure. Raggy, where are my resticles? Yeah, I think the third movie is definitely going to be sister location. And then they played the Living Tombstone song again at the end of the movie, and I was like, damn, Living Tombstone has had such a good past like 3 years, because not only did they use his songs for the 2 FNAF movies, but he also co-produces and co-writes all the Has Been songs. I'm like, you are doing well, my man. This is like your era. You didn't see the end credits? I did. I saw, but I still think the next movie is going to be about sister location. I'm like fully sure that it'll be about, I feel like it's going to be about sister location. I don't know. That's just what I think. What was I talking about? My nose is getting all stuffy again. I haven't fixed my body. That's just theory. Dude, he did such a good job voice acting as Toy Bonnie. I was like, oh my god, MatPat, you did such a good job. That doesn't even sound like you. I know that guy's a theater kid though, so I'm sure he's had it in him all along, because he's like he's fully a theater nerd. But I was like, oh my god, you did such a good job voice acting. I think the only cameo I knew was Corey Kenshin, because it was the same taxi driver as the first movie, but I didn't see anyone else I recognized. I'm sure there were though. I don't really know a lot of YouTubers. But I was hoping they would get Markiplier for the second movie, because I know he was too busy for the first movie. But there was no Markiplier. Maybe the third movie? Maybe? Markiplier, please? Markiplier, please? I want him to just show up in the beginning to get killed. I think that'd be really fun. And it fit in better with his schedule. But yeah. Funny movie. He's done with his movies. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, because I know he was too busy with the boat movie to do the first one, and I guess the second one. But hopefully the third one will get him. We'll get that guy. Markiplier, I better say was it the Bite of 87? I think one of the in the FNAF 2 movie, it was like the year 1980, and then so put 2, and I was like, I was like, oh, the Bite of 87, but no, it was 1982. But then I was also like, damn, they gotta get these movies out fast, because children age so fast. Like the girl that plays Abby, the main character's little sister, that's like the kid being friends with all these animatronics, she already looks so much older. I was like, you either have to swap her out, or like you need to film these movies fast, or like have her be a teenager, because like she's not a convincing child anymore. Like children just age so fast. Oh god, it's like a Stranger Things situation. Except they definitely film these a lot faster than Stranger Things. But yeah, she was like, I'm like, you can't be acting like a 5-year-old. You're clearly not. By the time we get to Secret of the Mimic Woo. Mimic. No, the marionette was in this one. And the new Avatar season, I'm not even gonna watch that, bro. I didn't like the first one. I don't know why people keep watching this shit. If you don't want it to happen, you gotta not watch it. I'm very much anti live action of cartoons, so I will not be watching. Sorry. I just see it on Twitter. That makes sense. But yeah, I'm very anti live action of cartoon. My nose. Not my ing. Not my ing, not my Katara. The guy who played, I think that, if I remember correctly, I thought the guy that played Jet, I thought Jet was hot. But everyone just looks so young. I'm also old though, so Storm's coming, I can see the clouds. Oh, run is gonna save you now. So many normies that don't know what it is end up watching it. People don't seem to understand that I hate watch the people making these things. It's just a watch. Yeah, you can't hate watch like that. Why are we in sauna bathhouse? Because I feel like it. Because we're relaxing. Oh, I watched the finale. I came home yesterday from my torture chamber. And one of the first things I did was watch the finale of Fiona and Cake. Watch the finale of Fiona and Cake. And whew, oh, the tears I shed. I was like, it's a little too relatable. Ooh, no. It was really good though. I just cried. It was really good. But everything with like Finn, I was just like, is the series good? I love Fiona and Cake. I think there's a lot of people that bitch and whine and being like, oh, why is she such a mess? Like, why is it all about romance and relationships? I'm like, do you not remember how much of Adventure Time was about Finn wanting a girlfriend and going through different romance troubles and being a messy little 12-year-old and horribly fucking up and dropping the ball in his relationships? It's just that we got more of Adventure Time and we only get like 8 episodes per season of Fiona and Cake. And I'm like, you just hate her because she's a girl and she has feelings. Like, shut the fuck up. I have no patience for you people. I really enjoy Fiona and Cake. Like, I love Fiona and Cake a lot. I think it's just because it's definitely more mature and for an adult audience. And like, I love the themes, and especially this season, like, I just, very relatable. And you just get so much, like, I really like what we do get to see of Finn, because like it does show him as an adult, and like you get to see like how he deals with the repercussions of how he grew up, and it's like, oh, it's so good. I really like it. I don't remember season 4 AT. I love the cursing they included in this series. Caught me off guard. I remember Finn and PB and then arc with Flame Princess. Yeah, like it was so messy, and he wanted to be in a relationship like all the time. Listen, media I need to watch. Did I struggle to watch shows these days? Yeah, I mean, but luckily, I mean, all the things that I watch are pretty short. Like Fiona and Cake is only like 10 episodes. This season was only 10 episodes. Last season, I don't know. Finn was showing me for real. Yeah, the last episode with like delving more into Finn, like kind of like broke at me. I was like, oh, you're hurting me. Oh, you're hurting me. And I really liked Cake and Worm. I liked that a lot. I was like, oh, let's explore that. Let's explore the worm. I don't know, like Finn was really fun to watch in the brief glimpses we got of him, especially with like Huntress Wizard and stuff. I was like, this is really cool, like getting to see him this way. Meditating the pizza box, yeah. And then like Fiona just like is always like relatable because of what she goes through. And then, but like I was like, oh, what a nice way to wrap up the season and the series, because I didn't know that they were gonna have another season. I don't know if they are, but clearly the last scene after the credits is like could be another season, and they threw me in with a curveball on that one. I was like, oh my goodness. Not seeing 18 like an I just hear I like Cake and the Worm. I like Cake and the Worm. Spoilers, man. Spoilers, man. I'm avoiding things for a reason. It only came out like a couple days ago. But yeah, like I really enjoyed. I would say watch it if you like Adventure Time. I really enjoyed it. This season was just it was so pretty too, like the animation, and I really like Huntress Wizard in general, and she is a big deal in this series, in the season 2, and it's so fun seeing more about Finn and his life as an adult and how he's still kind of like a child at heart. It was really interesting. And of course I love seeing Marceline and PB and Simon, although they're not as important, but I liked seeing PB have her little mental breakdown. I've always been PB is one of my kins. I've always been Princess Bubblegum kin. I need to learn to just commit and do stuff and not be me and just enjoy stuff. Yeah, just enjoy stuff. Do what you want. I don't know. I just watch whatever I want, and most of that is cartoons. I love cartoons. I've been rewatching Amphibia and OKKO with some friends, and I was like, man, I love these shows. I love cartoons so much. I see stuff from Fiona Cake recommended on my YouTube. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but it looks interesting. Yeah, it is good. It's very interesting. You should watch it. There's really not that much to watch. And it's very good. It's very good. There's no way out. You're indebted to the day you settle your account. Bam, bam. I'm listening to my own music. I'm listening to Hazbin Hotel Season 2. I need to finish Owl House Season 2. You have to let it go, Cloak. You have to finish it. You have to finish it and let it go. Do I need to watch AT first? Yeah. But there's a website that can tell you the important episodes of AT that aren't just filler stuff if you just want the plot stuff. I used to use that site a lot whenever I rewatched AT because like I don't have patience for the non-plot stuff. I would recommend that. I think there was a show called Over the Garden. Over the Garden Wall was a mini series, so it's very, very short, and it's good to rewatch every, like, whenever October comes around, I rewatch Over the Garden Wall. The only thing I know from Okey is there's a character that makes references to songs like Linkin Park. That's Korn, voiced by Korn, and he makes references to that genre of rock, and it's one episode. I'll never forget we did it. It's true, but you should definitely give it a watch because you committed to the first season, so just finish it. Do it. He's like a one-off character voice. Yes, I recently rewatched that episode. Hi, welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ugh. I love OKKO so much. Also, fuck, I forgot to watch Over the Garden Wall. God, my fucking nose. I can't breathe, guys. But yeah, OKKO is also really, really good. You should watch that. And Amphibia is also really good. And Owl House is good. I love cartoons. There hasn't been a recent cartoon I've been into though. Like that was like a really good moment in time when we had both Amphibia and Owl House, but after that, I don't think there's been another really solid era. I'm not saying I can't breathe either. My right vocal cord is dead. My nose is just stuffed up. Ugh. Why do I feel like we had Over the Garden Wall watch on? It wasn't me. Or me. Touch the bedrooms, we can fill it with more sinners than you can dream. It starts with two, you know it's true. Fulfill your destiny, so long as I got all you and me. God, I wish I lived in a house so bad. My mom left me alone on Sunday morning because she went to church, and she has a really big house, and I was just singing in it. I was just singing my lungs out in it, and I'm like, fucking, I need to live in a house so bad. Like, not having to hold back and being able to just like, what nice acoustics that building had. If I was going back to rewatching the Clone Wars series, I ain't never watched that one. I know it's good though. It's just aesthetically displeasing to my eyeballs. Sadly, I didn't watch a lot of cartoons growing up. I only watched cartoons. I hated live action stuff. I was like solidly only watching cartoons. Owl House is still going strong if I don't finish it. You have to finish it, Cloak. Go watch Amphibia. I think I wanted to host the Over the Garden Wall watch along, but I was busy. You do so much. But I mean, it's never too late. All right, that might be it, Shadow. But yeah, I singing in my mom's house was awesome. I wish I had a nice big house with good acoustics that I could sing in all the time. But unfortunately, I can only ever afford to live in an apartment. I have a friend who records and does music stuff as a job that I've gone to his place before to record, but like He lives like 50 minutes away. 50. And I'm like, ugh, I do want to record in a nicer area and with better equipment, but you live so far. The one animated series I enjoyed was Troll Hunters. I did not see that one. But I love animation. I heard recording in a closet. It does, but I don't have the tech to record from my closet. I don't have like a laptop, or I don't have the wires to go. And I also don't have a closet like that. So unfortunately, it's not an option for me. But I do have friends that do record in closets. Unfortunately, I record in the worst place ever, which is my living room. And my desk is right in front of my glass, like, balcony doors. So get one of those acoustic booths just so you know. Dude, if I could get one of those soundproof booths, I would be set. But I think those things are like thousands of dollars. But that would be so awesome if I could get one of those like soundproof booths, like those glass ones. Yeah, 1,500. You know, that's not actually that bad. I would be in there all day, for real. Then I like fan animations and series I'll find on YouTube, like Amazing Digital Circus. I've been watching. I watched Amazing Digital Circus since it started, and I only just started liking Jax. My favorite's Kane, but since the last episode, I'm like, okay, I get Jax now. I didn't really like him before, but now that he's suffering, I like him. And obviously, I loved the Knights of Guinevere pilot, and I need more to happen, like, now. I've watched it over and over again. I fucking love that episode. Oh. It's so good, dude. It's so good and beautiful. Yeah. Something tells me Benny has a type. Kane? Listen for a song and pray that she miss you dead inside, because you know it's all pretend. Close your eyes, cause they're going off the deep end again. So waiting for the actual series of Knights of Guinevere. Yeah. Benny as Kane. I would slay. Benny likes it when others suffer. It's just delicious. Oh yeah, I watched the Big Top Burger episode. Dude, I watched the Big Top Burger episode and I was like, Doctor. I mean, I always thought Doctor was hot, but they showed him without all the makeup and stuff, and I was like, Doctor. Anyways, most characters voiced by Sung Won Cho are good. But that was unexpected. I was like, oh, Doctor without the zombie get up. Oh, you have black hair. Oh my goodness gracious. That was a very enjoyable episode. I wasn't expecting it. I was like, wow, Bing Dong Burger. Awesome. What's my type? Kane? I don't think Kane is my usual type. He's not like sad. Here's your key. Let me take your bat. Oh, object head. I guess he does count as an object head, huh? Parked your car will validate all our guests, our family. I love seeing a shot of him holding the flyer, so much story in just one shot. Kane? Oh, Big Top Munger. Yeah. I'm the one who tells lies. Bro, when freaking Charlie VA showed up in that too, I like laughed so hard. I'm like, why are you here also? You were in Hasman Hotel and you're here. Dude, you ruined it. Oh, you like sad men? They can't just be sad though. They have to be sad on the inside and really mentally ill because of the one thing that made them sad. I'm the one who tells lies. That part was so funny. Yeah. I feel like you like those that are kind of pathetic enough for you to bully a bit. Yeah. And they're really messed up in the head. Well, okay. So a lot of my main characters have faced rejection that really, really haunted their narrative. So obviously I like Vox, right? And he had rejection in the form of Alistair, and it kind of ruined his entire life, and his entire existence is to get back at him. So Jax, well, no, I don't feel that with Jax, because Jax is just like, well, now he's starting to, because I see him suffering now, but he didn't face rejection. So I don't really know, I don't really like Jax that much. So Vox is like that. And then I really like Pearl from Steven Universe, because Rose never loved her back, and that pretty much haunted her whole life. I also really like Spinel from that episode, who also was ruined by Rose. Spinel, I can't stop playing the Has-Been Karaoke Bot. Ah, thank you. I had a lot of fun with that. The Steven Universe movie is the movie in this world that will make me cry the most and the worst. I was so not okay when the Steven Universe movie came out, because when that movie came out was also peak when I was having my friendship breakup with my best friends of 5 years and going to therapy because of it. So I was like, oh, I'm the little pink monster. And I was like, oh, I'm not okay. it was, oh, that was a very dark time for me. Because I didn't have a magical little Steven to pick me up after all that. That was, to this day, if I watch Steven Universe movie, I will cry like a baby, and the music also makes me cry like a baby. It's very tough. Ooh, Spinel. Oh, Spinel. And then another character I really like is Sayaka from Madoka Magica, who also threw all her love at someone and was rejected, and that ruined her entire life and her narrative. And lots of characters like that. I wouldn't call them situationships. I would call it like characters that have a lot of love to give and face rejection and ruin their lives. It's over, isn't it? Yeah, all the Pearl songs, like, I don't know, Pearl is so special to me. Oh, my little rejected Pearl. What are some other characters? All my characters are very much like that, and I can relate, unfortunately. Mostly because of my friendship breakups. I just don't tell people how I feel about them. And it's not so much like relationship, though. It's like a lot of like not like romance, but like friendship stuff. I also really relate to Yuki from Fruits Basket. Yeah. Really impressed you managed to maintain the accents of Butcherian Vengeance's Biz. Thank you. Thank you. These Elysian nights, alone in the golden sky, lost in a memory of how it used to be. Can you hear me calling from way the fuck down here? Those golden days are brawling. Well, the best of all my years. They're so funny. A fake British man and a fake Australian woman. Surprisingly, get some canonly with all those numbers. Huh? What other characters? Oh, Diane from BoJack Horseman. That's one. There's a lot of characters. Still 10 out of 10 Petra singing. Thanks. He's saying a lot this season. They're scared. Who could forgive a dirtbag like me? I don't deserve your amnesty. Forgets a lot of phone numbers, but she thinks it's oh yeah, dude. Once she gets over her past love, dude, she's balling. She's so popular. Girl, get it. Sorry. One sincere sorry. I'm so sorry. It take time to cover my vast multitude of sins. From what I've seen on the comic side, people who write for Spider-Man just like to make him suffer too. Spider-Man be suffering, man. Spider-Man suffer. Spider-Man suffer. Spider-Man suffer. When I watched that movie with all the Spider-Mans in it, and I was like, hee hee ha ha, all the Spider-Mans in it, and then it ended the way it did, and I was like, oh, this is not hee hee ha ha. Why'd you do that? I was just like, oh, what? Because I don't watch Marvel movies because I don't like them, but I'll watch a Spider-Man movie because I think Tom Holland does a really good Spider-Man, and I like how his Spider-Man, like, they actually act like teens and stuff. And so I was just watching that one because I was like, oh my god, crossovers with the other Spider-Man. And it got to the ending and I was like, oh, why are you hurting him? He's just a kid. He's just a baby. He's just a baby. No Way Home was not wee, it was woo. Ryan is the most popular Marvel character because he's the most relatable. His love life is most, he can't make rent. Any of the writers know. Yeah. Oh, you meant Tom Spider? Yeah, Tom Spider. Yeah. That was sad. That was sad. I thought you meant the animated Spider-Man. I don't think I've seen an animated Spider-Man. Apart from Gravity, which song for season 2 would you say is your favorite? Let me take a look. Oh, Vox Populi. My favorite songs from season 2 are Vox Populi, Losing Streak, Gravity. Those are my 3 most favorite, and the songs that I enjoy are Don't You Forget Reprise, Love in a Bottle, Easy, Bad With Us, Has Been Guarantee. Oh, Sarah's Confession. Pisses, good. Not my favorite though. According to my brain, Losing Streak is my favorite. It lives rent free up there. It was my favorite for a long time, but then after I started listening to the like album over and over again, I do listen to Vox Populi more. But I think Losing Streak and Gravity are like equal seconds to me. But yeah, those 2 are definitely my favorites. But I love Vox Populi. I know a lot of people are like, Lucifer's was the only good part of Vox Populi. But I'm like, fuck off. Just fuck off. Lucifer's part is really, really good. Do I wish it was its own song? Yes, I do. But it was really, really good. But so was Vox Populi. That is Vox's best song from that season, and I don't care what anybody says. Brighter sucks. I hate that song, and Vox is my favorite character. I think Brighter is an ugly song that sounds ugly, and the 80s demo sounded much better, but still not that great. I think Brighter is such a bad sounding song and doesn't suit Christian Borle's vocals at all, and he's best when he's doing songs like Vox Populi. Fast talking, smarmy, charming, like that's like his like Music Man type beat, you know what I mean? Like that's the kind of music that he does best, and Vox Populi is so fucking good, and it has Lucifer's part in the beating, which is awesome. It's my Halo on. I want to shit my pants. What the fuck is wrong? This battle is our chance. Storm's coming. I'm so fucking scared. What's gonna happen when we go down there? Oh, I love you, Fall Out Boy. Add Love in a Bottle, Losing Streak if we're talking top 5 for me. Rome. Thoughts on Vox Day? Vox Day is okay. It's really short, and he kind of just yells the whole time, so it's not really like using the Christian Borle skills. So it's like okay to me. I really like the animations in that part though, but it's just okay. Trust in Beni for your everything. Only Beni. CHARDETs. Yeah, trust me. Trust me. I don't care that people shit on it. I love has been guarantee. I love snip, snip, snip. I love get the fuck out of my building. I think it's so fun, and it's a great way to set up the season when you have Charlie's side and the V side, and the way they split off and then come back together at the end. I think it's perfect, and I think people should stop shitting on it. Do you make music? No, so shut up. Snip, 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 bitch. Ooh. And if you know someone new, tell them no one does us, no one can outbuzz us. Yeah. Yeah. Your hand, my hand, your body, mine. Can withstand the fiery lights. Who finds love and hell can do anything, baby. You don't need no one else. But yeah, those are my favorite songs. I wish Spotify told you how many times you listen to a song, because I would like to know. Because I want to see how crazy I am. We need our friends to come back. You're a pillar, my heart's a filler, but there's no way this lining silver. Facing a war, we can't get in touch with anyone anymore. And what does he want? Clean it up. Your heart, my heart. I was practicing Stayed Gone while I was at my mom's place, because I find it a challenge to do everything in one take because it's very fast talking, but I'm pretty fucking good at it. I can't do Clean It Up because that's really fast, and also I don't speak Japanese, but I can do Stayed Gone pretty easily. But it doesn't sound good a cappella. I'm not a fan of Has Been Guaranteed, but the V's segment actually saves that song being in the bottom rating. I like Charlie's. It's just, Charlie is so classic Disney princess, and that song, just like the first song in season 1, Happy Day in Hell, like it's such a good opener to like the musical aesthetic. I don't know. I really like that kind of Disney shit. A pentagram, a wet bamboo, malakazam. Usually I charge a sacrificial lamb, but you get the family rate. Thanks, Dad. I like the music in season 2 better than season 1, TBH, but I am also biased for Vox. So that's probably why you know the ref. Champagne fountains, caviar mountains, that's just a start. Who's been here since day one? Who's been faithful as a nun? Who is you just with an old-timey fun, your executive producer? I'm your guy, your day-to-day, your chum, your steadfast hotelier. Remember when I fixed that clock today? I was stuck. Thank you, sir. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. Lucifer would be a fun dad. Add that to the long list of fictional fathers I wish I had. Ever since I was little, I always cling on to like fictional people. They weren't even dads, but I would cling on to like fictional people as a father figure because I hated my father. It started with like Mufasa, and then when I was like really little and I watched the cartoon series Jackie Chan Adventures, that cartoon Jackie Chan was my dad. And there were some in like anime. The Grinch is also my dad. and then the most recent one I had was for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Captain Holt. That's my dad. That's my dad. I loved Captain Holt. I understand I'm not a huge fan of the very happy upbeat music, biased towards melancholic rock. Oh yeah, I fucking love melancholic shit. But yeah, I think because it's like musical shit, I'm a big fan of like musical stuff in general. So that kind of happy in the musical aesthetic is good, but I don't like the upbeat pop stuff. Like that's why I don't really like the Heaven songs. Like Welcome to Heaven and Like You, because it's more on the pop upbeat, and I don't like those ones. Jackie Chan Adventures was a great show. You don't have to tell me. I fucking love that show. That show imprinted on me. Speaking of like you, brand new vlog crew or click. No one remotely like you. You've got mystique, unique. But yeah, Captain Holt, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, rest in peace, Andre Bauer. You were iconic. I liked Captain Holt a lot. I was like, aw. Every time I watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, he was there. I was like, aw. I wish you were my dad. Like when Jake Peralta was like seeing him as a father figure, I was like, oh, me too. He was like, Peralta, do you view me as a father figure? And I was like, I do. Captain Holt. Why are you meowing so much? What's wrong with you? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? But yeah, I liked Captain Holt. I don't think I've had another one after that. That was the last fictional dad that I clung on to. Because anything else I've seen, I don't really... I mean, Lucifer's cool, but I don't really see him as a dad. Probably because he looks like a child. Bailings. Like you, cause no one here is like you. I did watch 911 Lone Star for a while, but I don't think I see that guy as a dad, the captain in that show. No, he's just Captain Strand, but I don't really see him as a father figure. You're no Captain Holt, that's for sure. Captain Holt and his husband Kevin, Kevin, it was like an actor name. Kevin, Kevin, Captain Holt and Raymond Holt and Kevin, Kevin fuck. A loser, goddamn baby. I want Huss to be my dad. You're a loser just like me. You're a screws loose boozer and only 1-star reviewer. You're a power bottom at pop bottom. Kevin Costner! There we go, Kevin Costner. Was a time I thought that no one could relate. Why does she keep meowing? Woo! What's wrong? What's wrong? Some guy named Kevin, yeah. Some guy named Kevin. We're all living in the same shit sandwich. I sold my soul to a psychopathic freak. And you think that makes you unique. Get out of here, man. Oh, Keith David. Keith David. What a guy. Fucked up dick sucking hoe. Baby, that's fine by me. I'm a loser, honey, a schmoozer, and a dummy, but at least I know I'm not alone. Just like me. Mark Evan Jackson, who's that? I got an appetite for sampling every drug and sex toy I can find. I love how Angel talks. I got no hoes left to deflower. I'm trapped and it gets worse with every hour. You're a loser, baby. Eat shit together, things will end up differently. Actor for Holt's husband. Oh, his name is Mark Evan Jackson. Yeah, we were talking about Mark Evan Jackson. Kevin Costner. I'm walking here. Yeah, he's one of those. He's like, because he's from the mafia. He's in the mafia. I'm the Joker, baby. They call me the Woker. I was looking at like what's the word, pre-pilot concept sketches of all the has-been characters, and I'm like, damn, I'm sure glad that they got changed to how they look now. Angel was so scary looking, and Husk it was a different cat altogether, and I was just like, wow, I'm so glad you guys look how you look now. I know people like to shit on the Amazon designs and stuff. I'm like, it was so loads better than what they used to be, let me tell you that. You're using Angel's part. I'm just fucking started seeing Husk's part myself. I hope that next season Angel gets to beat up someone and he doesn't get beat up, because I don't need to see any more violence against Angel. I really want him to exact violence on people. I need him to get revenge. I need him to beat people up, actually. And I need him and Husk to have some time for peace and quiet. Yeah. I have a Dean character that I'm working on, and he's gonna be a little greasy, shifty con man addicted to gambling, and he talks like he's from 1920s New Jersey, New York. He's gonna be like, hey boss, you got the plan, I can take him out for you, boss. You want me to guess that for you, boss? He's gonna be like that. Just like that. That's what it's gonna be like. I'm getting to finish what I started. I got me so hard, everyone dies if we don't do this, and so be it. I'll take your other eye. Oh my god, it's almost time for Fall Out Boy. I hope we get more Abel next season. Vision's getting blurry now. Nosebleed. I'm supposed to handle the pressure. It would have been better if I were anybody else. Dear Dad, tell me what you would have done. Too bad that I'm not your braver son. Why'd I have to be picked to lead? I wish that I could be anybody else. I'm supposed to do something. Get this rat fuck out of here. Get this rat fuck out of here. Stop you right there. There's no cause for attack. Swallow your pride as you get us aside, but you better fall back. Oh, fall that boy. Oh, fall that boy. Oh, fall that boy. Fall that boy. Need to get Panic at the Disco next season. Hey Jimmy, send this bozo to the fishes. Send this bozo to the fishes. Fall that boy. My dream, I need season 3 Has-Been Hotel to cast Jonathan Groff in anything. I need Jonathan Groff to be part of this cast. He's worked with some of them before. Christian Borle definitely, because he was on Little Shop of Horrors with Christian Borle, was playing dentist at the time, and when they were together, Jonathan Groff is just one of my favorite guys, and he's also a Broadway singer. They need to cast him in something, and my vote is for the cryptid character that Charlie dated when she was in high school. Her ex, he's a what's it called? He's a like a Cthulhu type boy. He looks like the Onceler, and I think Jonathan Groff could do a really good job. And that's what my money's on. Everybody, my prediction, they're gonna bring in that character. What's his name? Oh yeah, so he's supposed to be like, so there's this character from the comics or whatever named Seviathan Von Eldritch, and he's part of the Eldritch family and has been, and he dated Charlie in high school, and he looks like the Onceler when he was green. And they've shown families in photo frames in the background of Has-Been, so they might be characters coming up in the next season. And so I vote that that's who Jonathan Groff plays, and that's my prediction. They will add Seviathan in a future season, and he'll be voiced by Jonathan Groff. And if I get that right, someone pay me $1,000. I saw that old commercial where the guy goes, "Hey Fred, can you get me a pizza with extra cheese but hold the sauce in the crust? Hey Jimmy, give me a pizza with nothing." I've never seen that commercial. Give your mother my regards. Nothing? I love doing a little goon voice.
Hey Fred, can you give me a pizza with extra cheese, but hold the sauce and the crust? Hey Jimmy, give me a pizza with nothing. Nothing? Nothing?
I love doing a little mob voice. It's funny. But yeah, I need to put the Groff in there. I need to put the Jonathan Groff in there. When I listened, the first time I ever heard The Dentist, Little Shop of Horror songs with Jay Groff and Christian Borle. If ears could come. Sorry. I'll hold back. Just some of my favorite voices, man. That's why I hate Frozen. They don't utilize Jay Groff enough. And the songs he sings are not good or fun. I'm like, Jonathan Groff. Oh, Jonathan Groff. Oh, Jonathan Groff. Beautiful, beautiful voice, Jonathan Groff. My culture's in your costume. A bada bing. Every time when I say nothing, it always comes out as nothing. 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 Other voices tell me how to atone. Is so some damnation can earn their salvation. Forgiveness on high. I hate that the last thing I saw him in was the new Matrix movie. Jonathan Groff. I didn't watch that. I need him singing. I like him in Glee. I love his voice. I put the video in the meme channel. Okay, later. Oh, Jonathan Groff. I need that guy. I need that guy in more shows. I mean, in more music making shows, music shows. I saw a pro shot of Heathers floating around recently. I've always wanted to watch Heathers, but I hate slime tutorials. But the pro shot cast, I didn't really like. Wasn't really into the cast, so I didn't watch it. Sadly. This is the tune of tumblers sinking on up a notch, diving in quicksands faster than sinking. I'm leaving behind. Been overthinking, find friends in my wine. Drinking light bottle, don't need love when it comes in a bottle. Double or nothing, la 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 la. The hard lies that hooks you over, it goes down the same every time. Keith David. I just think of the audio clip where he's like, "It's for cow pussy." What a funny guy. Funny guy. How old is that guy? I think it should be illegal to make old people sound sad. The fuck? There's a sound clip of Keith David from some show. David Bovine. Bovine muscle relaxant. If you look up Keith David bovine muscle relaxant, it's a clip from some show where someone gives him these pills and it's like bovine muscle relaxant. He's like, this is for cow pussy. He just says that and it's really funny. Reminds me, I was borderline panicking, practice driving with my paw. And I started blasting Living in a Bottle, calm my nerves. This is a good song to calm your nerves. Practicing driving? You doing that in an empty parking lot? That's what I used to do. I like the clip of Keith David going, welcome to hell, motherfucker. Or the one where he's talking about what's the line that he has with Minecraft? He's like the president or something. He's like, I know you're playing Minecraft or something like that. It was really funny. Keith David has some choice lines. Some choice meme lines. No, I was on the road. Oh. You should be practicing in like an empty parking lot so you don't get in an accident. That's what I did. But I've been driving for a long time. I've been driving since I was 15. 7, keeping this secret. When I saw your face, made me feel like a stranger in a brand new place, and it felt so good to be understood. Where I grew up, there were no parking lots, just dirt back roads. That's practice too. I think for me in my area, the safest area was up abandoned, like an empty parking lot, like the mall when it's closed. Don't forget to do some Tokyo. Don't do that. Don't Tokyo drift. No drifting. Drifting is not necessary. Molly said, fuck that, get on the road to get used to it. Well, the first time I ever got into a car lesson, you know, I had practiced a bit in like parking lots, but the first time I had an actual lesson, because like they had a teacher who comes with their car that's like a student driver car, so they have brakes on their side and stuff. The first time I got in, she was like, get on the freeway, and we drove to San Francisco, and I was like, oh, you want me to die? So I'm a pretty good driver because I learned how to drive in San Francisco, and I learned how to parallel park and all that stuff because I grew up in San Francisco. So that was very much death, and if you don't drive good, you will die. I would not suggest learning how to drive in San Francisco. It'll take years off your life. It is so scary. I was a lot braver back then. But yeah, I've been driving for a while because I wanted to go to a different high school that wasn't the high school down the street. My parents said, if you want to go there, you gotta drive yourself because we're not gonna. I'm like, okay, bet. I learned how to drive, and then I got a part-time job, and then I didn't have to come home. Back in my day, we didn't have our fancy roads, pavement, either darn nothing. We just fucking freeballed it on the earth. Before roads, freeballing it on the earth. Oh, they rather cross the pearly gates. Sorry, sweetie, but there's no deciding their fates, cause hell is forever. And I miss Adam. He was funny. He was a funny guy. Oh, Beetlejuice. I like acting like a boomer with my paw to annoy him. Acting like a boomer with your paw, but isn't your paw a boomer? Then it's just like boomer on boomer annoyance. Boomer on boomer crime. SF traffic is no joke. You know, having lived in both areas of California, I think LA traffic is worse than SFO traffic, but SFO is scarier. I mean, SF is scarier to drive in because of all the hills. But I think LA traffic's worse, but SF is scarier to drive in. And I hate both. And I don't live in either of them anymore, but I used to. I hated both of them. Ever paid for the 6 hours of driving lessons I waited until I turned 18 to start driving? Yeah, I had to pay for that because I started driving when I was 15. Not the next exterminate. Because once I got a part-time job and I learned how to make money and buy things for myself, oh, I was never home. Back in my day, we had real cartoons like Tom and Jerry, not these Japanese cartoons you watch. We didn't have any of that manga or anime. Just saw the bovine muscle. That's a clip of Hitler's. Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. And that's good stuff. That's good television. I should do another Has-Been Karaoke, but start with season 2. Because I was so tired by the time I got to season 2. I should just start with season 2 because I like those ones better. Stretch. God, my body is so fucking tired. I basically, because we had off work the 24th, the 25th, the 26th, and then I had no, 20, I had off work 24th, 25th. 24th was Wednesday? Yeah, 24th, 25th, 26th, and then it was the weekend, 27th, 28th. But like, I went to my parents. I basically didn't get to have any kind of holiday because I went to my parents and suffered for 5 days, torture chamber. And then I came home last night and I had to work today. So like, I feel like I just didn't have a fucking like break at all. And I'm like, I'm fucking tired. My back hurts. I was sleeping on my mom's shitty fucking couch bed and I'm so tired. I want an actual break. The only anime I know is anime from down the street. Yeah, I did take the 31st off of work for funsies, but I do have to stream that day because we're doing the Promisu event. I don't know when I can have an actual vacation. I also just don't have money for a vacation, so I just want to close my eyes. I want to not be congested also, but that's been something that hasn't gone away in many months. So, what to know? Haven't watched in a while, but I hope that you're doing it. I'm doing okay. Welcome in. The children crave electro swing, and I agree. Electro swing is so fun. I love me some electro swing. Dude, like in Pokemon Zaw, when you get to Jacinthe and her battle and her music starts playing, you got a bop. You got a bop. It's so good. Electro swing is such a good genre. I love it. What a good genre of music. I've been enjoying, like, I've been being shown a lot of fan songs on TikTok of like Hasman and Amazing Digital Circus, and I really like the electro swing ones. The drop on Jacinthe is so good. Yeah, it's so good. I also just really like Jacinthe, so like when her music started playing, I was like, damn, not only are you the best and your music is fucking fire. We don't have to pay for the spot trip, right? No. Nope. Bites. They say time heals all wounds, but the wounds are what I miss. And every brush with death meant much more than a kiss. Can you hear me calling from way the fuck down here? Those golden days of brawling were the best of all my years. I'm bored as fuck without you. Are you bored without me too? I'm longing for just one night more of beating the piss out of you. Turf War, what's the score? How the heck she get on board? Egg boys, and I hope you like your minions scrambled. Yeah, lit. If you say so, gotta go. Another exciting Sin City nights. The Sheila's blasting your ass away. We do have to sneak out without them seeing us, though. Yeah, they don't know we're here. I know. Brush with death, I meant much more than a kiss. I wonder why they made her Australian. She wasn't Australian in the pilot, and the voice actress is not Australian. I was watching the show with my Australian friend, and they were just like, that's not an Australian. I'm like, yeah, I know. Yo, how'd you try to kill me too? You blew a hole right through my soul while I was beating the piss out of you. Beating the piss out of you. They're just like casting and be like, hey, you know what? Make that one Australian. Why not? Why not? And we got to the part where Valentino is fighting Husk and Cherry at the same time, and then he yells at her and he's like, Aussie slut. And I was watching with my friend, they're like, oh, me? is from Hashman Hotel Season 2. And the chocolate punishment's gonna be mean. Still I've forgotten who the motherfucking king of hell. Cause I'm the servant, I'm the flame. The mortal world is scared to say my name. I am so spooky, I'm the shed. I am the living aspect of the infinite. I'll see how you are, Mr. TV man. I'm merely a god. Who are you? Just a dead man. Oh, hello, VTube Studio. Okay. Anyways, I am out of breath and tired. I think I saw a clip where that Valentino guy was talking about how he first voiced the character, and then when he's doing a trashing room scene, he threw in some Spanish, and Vivzy liked that. Yeah, because he was not originally intended to be Spanish, but because they hired a guy that is Spanish speaking, it worked out that way. And Vivzy also is Spanish, and so she liked that. I'm like, you know what? I'm glad, because I like it a lot. Have a crewmate to protect, cause they want us all divided. That is how they keep us down. We got the guts, we got the chutzpah, we got the means to seize the crown. If you're not fucking stupid, raise your no, you only have one choice. Vox Populi, the people's voice. Picture if we could escape this hole. Oh no, my headphone just told me I have low battery. You know what? That's time to wrap it up. Not by changing for redemption, but by taking over heaven. They say hell's too populated, that's why they exterminate. We got the numbers, we got the thunder, let's annex their real estate. I've heard that song a lot recently. Vox Populi is because it's good. Well, time to hit the dusty old trail. Time to hit the dusty old trail. Damn you, earphone. Yeah, I'll charge it. It's because it was doing a lot of work over the past 5 days. So soon? I've been streaming for 2 hours. What do you want from me? Let's see. Ooh, Terra streaming. Terra ho yeah boing boing. Terra ho yeah boing boing. Terra ho yeah boing boing. I know you're low. Just give me like 2 seconds. She keeps screaming at me low battery. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out with me and being here on my return from my torture chamber. I will see you on Wednesday, cause I'm gonna pass out tomorrow. I'm gonna record some shit tomorrow too. I'll see you on Wednesday for that's the New Year's one. Yeah. Oh, that's the New Year's one. I'll see you Wednesday. Yeah, Brazil! Brazil! No. Estoy ear. No, I don't remember. I'll go Brazil. Bye, guys. We're gonna go raid Terra from V. Yeah, low battery. I know. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Bye, guys. Bye.